What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today. It's a beautiful day here in Viva Las Vegas, as you can see right here. I'm up here for Vape Summit. We're going to go ahead and do a review on the Royal Hunter. You already read the title, you know. What's cool about the Hunter, man? I think I'm going to go ahead and adjust you. What do you think about that? That's good. The Royal Hunter, alright, from Council of Vapor. I'd like to thank them for sending this on for review. Been looking forward to this dripper. A lot of hype behind this dripper. A lot of people really looking forward to getting it in their hands, using it. But what to put in it? What's it all about? Everybody wants to see it. So I'm going to show you. I hope I can show you. We're going to have some fun with it today. So I kind of had to make do with what I had. So I got a bowl to use instead of salt and pepper holder. We're definitely going to build it. I think we're going to do some 24 gauge regular Canthal A1 resistance wire. 9 wraps each and a box mod. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll keep it simple. And yeah, here we go. Let's take it down, man. Come on, man. That's great. Are we a little cockeyed? Yeah, we're a little cockeyed. Much better. Here is the Hunter in its case, which is actually quite nice. Quite nice indeed. This is exactly how it looked. It came with the logo straight up to me. Royal Hunter. Pop off this clear casing, a couple stickers here to take off. Take that off. And you're greeted with your atomizer. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Simple by your hand. We'll put that up the side. We're talking about packaging right now. Not only does it come with the dripper and this drip top, if you will, but it also came with, let me fix that. It also came with this, it also comes with a 510, which you need to kind of pry out, by the way. A Delrin 510 insert to use your 510 drip tips. Pull that outside, just in case the drip top doesn't work for you. That little was not in there. That's for me just setting in my drip tip piece here. Right. So let's go ahead and pull out this whole inner case, just like so. Let's set that off to the side. And it's kind of like a box situation. Go ahead and wrap it like this. This comes out, and what do you got? We have pretty much a little pamphlet on what it is, what it has, and how to use it. There's a black and gold. That black and brass one is just sexy, man. Black and gold, if you will. Council of Vapor, coil head, Addy Kindred with question marks on it. So those are obviously coming soon. And when like our Facebook, I'll leave that right there so you can go check them out. Excellent. It's probably the cleanest you've ever seen my hands, isn't it? I just noticed that. Also, it comes with, oh my gosh, I was so excited to see this too, man. A blue screwdriver. This is great. Just great, man. Some extra screws, O-rings, bag of tricks, man. Bag of tricks, which is great. Should come with every Addy. And I'm going to go ahead and just move all this just right out of here. Right on out of here. Just like that. Good. So that's all the contents of the box. And looking over this, loosen, the screws. Airflow window can be adjusted to face the coil with the perfect angle. Open or close the airflow control by twisting the top cap. Adapter for regular size drip tip, which is great touch. Also, right here, it's just got some other stuff. Some scan to verify codes for authenticity, I'm assuming. It's just a quick start guide is really what it is. Really exactly what it is. Let's go ahead and put that on the side just in case you really want to know what that said. A lot of people are wondering, what's up with the Royal Hunter? What is the deal with that thing? And I'm really excited to bring it to you. Move the scissors off to the side. And here it is. Start of the show. And like always, we're going to start from the top and work our way down to the bottom. Okay, here is the drip tip section. Now, as you can see, a lot of things going on with this. Okay, this drip tip is designed, it's a high, pretty much I guess what they're calling it is a high rate drip top, if you will. And looking at all those holes, and I'm just going to pull it up right now because I want to get the exactly what they want to call it. I want to get exactly, I think it's a high flow drip tip. But all these holes, and you're looking at it, it looks kind of like a honeycomb maybe. What is that doing? I want to get more of a focus. Even more of a focus. There we go. You can get these at Eve Liquids. You can get this atomizer there. And sorry for the slowness here. I just want to bring up exactly what that is. Ultra wideboard drip tip is exactly what they're calling it. What it looks like a true flow system, I believe. Now all these holes, and on the bottom it's flat. It's flat. This is also made what it appears to be aluminum. Yeah, that's what it appears to be to me. Smart thing they did here is, see that ring on the inside? That's what gave it away. What is that for? And you're looking at that ring wondering what that's for. That's to catch juice, man. That's going to keep juice from crawling up your drip tip. It's going to get stuck in that channel. That's exactly what that's for. I don't think they have that advertised as that. That would probably be a good idea on their part to advertise that, because that's a nice touch, in my opinion. These almost royal, pips here, if you want to call them that. Going around the side, one O-ring holding it on, but I really want to show off this drip tip, mainly because this is what the hype everybody's really excited about, is this. I think the idea behind this, and we were just talking about this on the live show, is to condense the vapor ever so slightly. It's going to come up, the vapor is going to hit into this, and it's going to have to be pulled through, each one of these holes, and that's going to give that slight resistance, and while that slight resistance is happening, it's going to increase your flavor, just a little bit. I think that's what they were going for. However, dripping through this is a no-go. Thinner juices goes right through, no problem, but thicker juices, which pretty much will be used in something like this, just gets trapped in there, guys. It really does. Okay, I think you got a pretty good look at that. And it's out of aluminum. From what I can tell, it's aluminum. And it does get hot, and we'll talk about all that stuff later. Let's move on. 510 adapter. 510 adapter indeed. You know them, love them. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this piece right here. The O-ring, not so much. It's not the best in the world, but it does stay. But it is definitely on the looser side. I would like to see that a little tighter indeed. Let's pull it off and show you the inside inner workings. Single or dual coil. Great work on this. I mean, fantastic craftsmanship on this. You can't complain. I'm sorry. $50 is right around where you're going to find this for. And this thing is well worth the money, in my opinion. It's a great Addy. Okay, step up style. You pop in this drip tip, this drip top here, if you will, and there you go. As you can see, I think that's what they were going for, bringing more flavor out of these drip top style drip tips. And I'm just assuming that, but that's what I'm thinking they were doing. Okay, a lot different than traditional drip tops. Now it is conical on the inside of here, but it's flat on the bottom on that drip tip. Pull that, move off the side, and you got a good look at this. Let's talk about the barrel here. I'm going to throw it on my tenderfoot to pull it off. This barrel, the O-rings on the bottom, not bad, but not great, but not bad. a volume style airflow, as you can see here. And as we spin it, you're going to be greeted with another one. And the Royal Hunter. There's a hunter. Great work on everything in here. There's no weird crispity, crunchity going on in there anywhere. Excellent work indeed. I mean, this thing was really impressive out of the box. And it wasn't covered in oil. It was clean. Let me have a vape. It was clean. Let's move on. No, they just did a really good job on this. Here's the deck, star of the show. Now, if you look at my center post, it's almost like it's made of silver, but I'm not, for the life of me, I can't find anywhere that it says a silver center block or silver coated, but as you can see here, is it aluminum? I doubt it. I think it's silver. So, there's your engravings on the bottom. This is serial number 98. Very hard to see down there. As far as the engravings go, it's a little off-centered, but I don't mind. I like it. It's rustic. It's almost like, you know, back in the night days, you know. It's just cool. I really like it a lot. It's a good stamp. Good stamp indeed. Silver-plated pin. Non-adjustable T-style center post, adjustable airflow, Phillips head screws, adapter for standard size drip tips, available in stainless steel or matte black with gold. And yeah, and that's pretty much the makings of it. Let's talk about the well. Well's pretty deep. Not bad. Not bad at all. These stubby style posts are very cool. Very cool. Generous eyelets. Very generous. Now, what's great about the Royal Hunter is I'm going to get really close here, and I'm going to do everything I can to adjust this. Do you see those? Right in the bottom of the eyelet? See those posts? Those almost plugs, if you will? There we go. See them? Tell me that's not great. Every post has it. Right in the center block. You see those? What is that going to do? You can say goodbye to snapping wire for good. This is an excellent addition to this atomizer, and I really hope this catches on with everybody doing this. A couple things to be wary of when you pull out your screws to clean them when you first get it. Honestly, this didn't need any cleaning, but I did anyway. There was no oily, I've never had an oil flavor out of it. It came extremely clean. The center block won't spin on you. As you can see, it's rectangular there. But those plugs just made me smile. Made me smile indeed. That's great. Let's talk about the Phillips head screws here. They're grub screws, but they are Phillips. So if you're somebody that doesn't have a big tool bag with something that can get into here, this takes a very small one. You might have to run out and grab some, so keep that in mind. If you order this, I would recommend going out and getting a nice, and I'm talking with something like a big handle like this, you know, stuff like that to accommodate. Let me go ahead and adjust this. They are very small indeed. It's very, very, very small. But still, I love these things. I love that it traps right there on the bottom. I think they're great. I love the screws. I've never had an issue with them at all. Again, generous eyelets. Very generous indeed. That was not even opened up all the way. But yeah, as you can see, plenty of room for big wire. Plenty of room. As far as the insulator goes, no problems there, no issues there. The deck is really nicely designed. Really happy with it. I just am. The Hunter's pretty cool. Obviously, there's some niggles on it, especially with this, and we'll get into that a little bit later. Let's build it, man. Let's build it. Royal Hunter. Everybody's like, Trevor, when's the Royal Hunter, man? I couldn't wait either, guys. I could not wait either. I'm gonna grab this bowl to kind of lift up the atomizer itself. That's great. I think it's great, maybe. Biggest thing, too far away? Oh, I think that's pretty good. And I can bring it up close too. Let's build it. 24 gauge Canthal. And I thought today, this is just something I've been liking in it for flavor. It can handle some pretty heavy builds. I think the airflow is pretty decent in this. The unraveling of the Canthal. That's the worst sound in the world. They're just sitting there and all of a sudden, you're like, no! Again, regular 24 gauge. No nichrome here. Okay, straighten these out a little bit. And I'm going to be using a 3/32 drill bit, and I'm going to go 8 wraps. Great. 8 wraps indeed. Pull it nice and snug. I want this thing to wrap around whatever you wrap your coils around. Make sure they're really nice and tight around there. I want a good even circumference on both of my coils. That's going to allow them to perform much, much better. I should have used those pre-made coils, but I got some pre-made coils to show you guys as well. There's one. 8. Wrap it again. There we go. And 8 again. Now what's cool about this Addy is building it. It couldn't be easier. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna skip this eyelet here and go to the next one. And I was gonna angle it in this video because I usually like to angle it in this video. But today I'm just gonna keep it simple. Today I'm gonna keep it simple. We won't mess with all that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten down the negative first, and I want to leave some space there, as you can see. Hopefully you can see. We got some space between the coil and the post. I'm gonna tighten down the negative because I want my coils. I just want them snug, just to there, just to there. That's great. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and place in the other one. Just go around the side here. Get it up and above. Do this one more time, guys. Had an issue with this. It came out, and I'm actually going to do it the normal way. Yeah, I'm down here in Vegas for Summit, man. I'm super hyped up about it. There we go. Got some space on that. Got my finger holding the coil down. That's great. I'm going to go ahead and tighten down the center one. And I'm going to go ahead and clip these. And what's great about these screws is there's such a solid fit on there. I mean, it's just solid feeling. I mean, that coil is in there, and I barely tightened it down. It's just great. Now I can go in and adjust. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up, and I'm simply going to push forward, just like that. Just like that. I need to file off the edge on that screwdriver. I'll grab this one. I want them up a little bit, and I'll show you kind of where I kind of aim with my coils in this. Up off the deck about 1 mil. You know? Like the bottom of the top of this deck here, I want it up above it, about a mil. That's good. I could probably stand to go a little higher. Alright, let's pop this back in. Let's go ahead and insert the other one here. It'll pass right next to it because they have good spacing on the center eyelets to really bypass. Keep some good space here. It's pretty good. Hold my finger there. I'm going to tighten on the negative first. And that's just kind of what I always tend to do. It's the negative first. Once I feel it snug up, I'm good. And I'm going to go ahead and snug up this one as well. Okay. And then I'm going to push it forward. That's great. I'm going to go ahead and clip. Hold your finger on it. You don't want anybody stepping on that stuff. And I've kind of tended to, I can actually even tighten this down a little more, and I can actually break this one off. Because this one's super important to clip, the one on the positive, to get it close. The reason it's so, look at that, the coil's not even moving. The reason it's so important to get that close as possible is because if you don't clip that lead super flush and it touches this other coil, you're going to pop your coil instantly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually adjust the focus just a hair. I'm going to bring it up to you so you can actually see where I'm at. As far as where I'm at now. The spacing's okay, but I'm happy with that. You know, honestly, actually, I can almost fix that. Same height, not bad. So what we really want to do here is fix that, and that's exactly what I'm going to go ahead and do. Put it in. I'm going to lift up. Here on this one, this could probably use a little more tighten down. Yep, this could. Yeah, keep an eye on these screws because they can come loose on you on anything you build. Lift that up just a hair. This one looks a little crooked. No, that's not bad. Yeah, I'm happy with that. This one could actually go down just a hair. Yeah, with any dripper that you're using, it's always good just to kind of keep your eyes peeled on it, you know? Keep your eye on those screws. That's pretty good. I could even stand to go a little. The name of the game really in building this is just a little higher coils. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that. They're about the same height, evenly spaced, and I'm happy with that. Let's measure it. The name of the game with the Hunter, really, at least for me, is, you know, nice high coils. 0.32. Great. 0.32 is fantastic. Just where I want it. Nice flavorful build. Nice flavorful build. Now, let's go ahead and set the coils. Let me have a vape real quick. Set that off. That's on a tenderfoot. That's great. And we're going to go ahead and just thread it on here. Now, let's talk about the pin on this. The pin sticks out just enough where I would be comfortable using that on a hybrid device. Just want to get that out there. I would like to see it a little more, but where it is now, it fits on everything. Everything I put it on, it fits perfectly on. Okay, so here I like to use ceramic tweezers. Let's go ahead and pulse it. Start slow. And once you get some heat on there, really hold your pinch. That's great. I'm going to go ahead and get this side real quick. Pinch it good. That's great. I'm just going to go ahead and hold it there for a second. One thing I'm looking for, check that out. I'm glad that happened. I want you to see, look at the coil. See how it's not, oh jeez, Trevor. Get in the shot. See how it's crooked? It's angled. I want to fix that. That's something I definitely don't like that. And so I'll just kind of go in here with whatever you use to wrap it on, and I'm just going to bend it up. There we go. And I'm going to restart. Take your time firing it. And you can see just by that little adjustment how it totally changed everything. Do you see what I mean? So it doesn't take much to knock your coils off a tilt. That's why it's good to keep up your maintenance on them. It's great. It's great. I'm pretty happy with that. They're going fairly, yeah, this one. Yeah, that's fairly even. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. But if you notice right there, when I was pulsing it, remember I just made that little adjustment? It doesn't take much to knock your coils off tilt, and that's why I always say when you're wicking it, take your time wicking it. Right? I have some Muji cotton here. If you've never heard of Muji, I'll go ahead and throw the name up there. Muji. This stuff's great. Get it on Amazon, I believe. And I'm going to cut a little 3/32 piece, you know, a couple mils, just kind of eyeball you want anything in your coils, you just want it to just fit. Nice and snug, nothing too tight. And let me move this out of the way and just show you this. I like to take and just cut a little like that. You know, even a little more dramatic if you wanted. Like that. I'm going to do that on both of them. Like that. And I'm going to make the point there. I'll just leave it right here on the mod. Flip it through. And I'm going to go ahead and tug on this side as I pull through this way. And just tilt right there. It feels great. So I pulled on this side as I pulled through this way, and as I felt it fill up the coil, I stopped and I backed it out the other way. And it happens quick, I know. I know it does. Got that. That's great right there. That's great right there. So that's what we're looking at. Let's clip it. And where am I going to clip it? Just barely off the outside of the deck. Bingo. Bingo. And I mean, like, you know, a couple mils outside the deck there. And I'm going to take my smallest micro screwdriver, which I just had. There it is. Make sure there's no juice on it. And I'm going to tuck it in. Nice and easy. Bring it around. Push it in. And I'm going to push it back to the corner. You know, just dragging the cotton, keeping it in one direction. Because this cotton comes to you going one way. So I want to try and keep it that way. Keep it fluffy, keep it happy, but going one way. And when I pull it, you see how much deck you can see in there? When I pull it under, I push it back. Let me go ahead and demonstrate that one more time. I pull it around, you know, kind of combing it in one direction. But once I get it in there, I push it back to that corner. And I make sure everything's tucked back with it. I want just enough cotton to touch the deck. And I'll get that in the shot for you. This one, I just simply drag it just like everything else. Drag it around, push it back. You're thinking, well, that's not enough cotton. It's a perfect amount of cotton for me, at least with my building. and it wicks extremely well. It only needs to travel that distance of cotton to get to the coil. When you have juice down in there, it just pulls it right up. But typically, what I like to do with Japanese cotton is I like to keep it all in one direction the best I can. You're not going to be perfect at this, and you should never strive to be perfect. That's ridiculous. Don't ever do that, man. Just do your best. That's all you can ever do. One last look at the build. I'm happy with it. And there's all that deck. Try to make them identical as possible. And I'm happy with that. Next up, barrel. Get off all that excess cotton. And I'm going to line them up. They're obviously centered. I like them centered and lifted. Lifted near the top of the post. See that? The center post? I mean, literally, they're the top of the coils are exactly flush with the top of the post. I'm going to put these right with the coils. And I just like to look inside of the barrel. And as you can see there, you got a pretty good view. What I like about this build is the coil spans the length of the airflow beautifully. Pop it right on. It spans it perfectly. It's great. It's going to allow me, with it wide open, to have every one of those airflow holes hit that coil. It's like we've talked about before. The smaller airflow is a little faster, a little slower, a little slower, slower. As it goes up, it's like a volume control. So that's how it's going to come in. It's going to come in at a one after another rate, and it gives a really cool resistance to it. Next up is some juice. I have some endless clouds here. The Quad F. I haven't even tried it yet. Apparently it's like a slushy or something. So I shake that up really good. And I like to just get it all nice and juicy. Pull it over here. I like to just take a big old slop of it, put it some on each coil. And then I like to pulse the button to pull the juice in. I'll show you. Just like that. I like to do that over and over again. That smells good. But I'm not firing it to where it just fires like crazy. Just till I watch the juice get pulled in by the coils. That's it. And then you'll start to see it just like that. And that's how you know you got enough. Learned that from the king, Yosh. Beast. The beast known as Yosh, man. Showing love. That dude kills it. Okay, and I'm just going to really pile in the juice here. That's great. Set this up to the side. Airflow control goes on. Obviously, we want both of these wide open. Simply push it in. Just like that. And there you go. You can probably vape it like this, man. All crazy style. And drip tip goes in. And that's the finished look. That's the Hunter. Looks like I got a little over excited with the juice. There we go. But that's the finished look, man. Let's take it up top and vape it. Let's do it. So, take it for what you will. Take that build for what you will. That's just personally what I like for flavor. Let's vape it and see what it does, man. It's great. Oh, Jesus. Great flavor. Wow. Now, here's the problem. Let's talk about it. The vape is very flavorful, though. It's a smooth draw. It's a very smooth, flavorful draw, but here's the situation. Okay, high VG juices will get stuck in this drip top. I'm going to go ahead and just demonstrate that. Okay, 5 drops. I don't know if you can see it. It goes down in. To say it doesn't, that would definitely be a lie, because it definitely does go down in. But right in the middle, it fills up the holes, and it holds there. So when you go to hit it, juice galore.
It's just a terrible experience.
If you're using a thinner juice in this, you might be able to get away with it. But as far as mine goes, there's no way. Let me go ahead and grab this cotton ball here and just clean it out. That's great. And that's great. Do it right there. Boom, done. Now, the other thing is, too, is that this tip, I thought it was Delrin when I first saw the pictures. It's aluminum. It does get warm. It does get quite warm, actually, because of that vapor comes up, and where it hits the flat bottom part of that drip tip, it kind of condenses, and then it sneaks through. And it tends to warm it up quite a bit. And also, it's very small. Wow, God, it's so sexy, though. This is one of the best-looking atomizers I've seen in a long time. It does get warm pretty quick, and it's already warm now.
Uncomfortable warm?
No, I wouldn't say uncomfortable warm. But if you're going to build, like, crazy cloud chasing style, it will get uncomfortably warm. What I wanted to do is pull this out, okay? And I want to switch it out with the 510 adapter. Got my Mink Machine whiteboard tip here, friction fit. And it pops right in great. It's a great fit, and there's a look of that, and I think it looks really slick, if you ask me. I mean, it just looks the part on this, doesn't it? How the airflow holes line up right with the side of the box when you hit it. You know, the airflow holes on the side, not on the bottom. It's great. So for this particular one, for this particular box, which they all vary, it just looks awesome, man.
Fantastic, man.
I tend to go with this. This is the way I tend to rock it. What I would like to see is this become actually Delrin, this exact thing Delrin, but maybe even a bigger hole in the center for dripping through, and then the smaller holes surrounding the bigger hole. I would like to see that. That would be super cool. While coils tend to be offset most of the time, just a little bit, no matter what, with this one you can really center them to the exact center. You really can. It's really easy to do. So it would actually be quite a benefit for this particular atomizer, I think. Wider hole in the middle, smaller on the outside, and make it Delrin and make it taller. It would look so clean. Put these same pips on here. That really smart groove on the inside to catch that juice is just smart. Very smart. The screws themselves, I would like to see the Phillips head section of it a little deeper on the screws, just for a more wide variety of screwdrivers will be able to fit it. I have plenty of small little screwdrivers, so I'm fine there. But some people that buy this that don't know will have to go out and buy a new screwdriver. But all in all, it's a great flavor, like ridiculous flavor. And with the 510 drip tip, you can go right through the drip tip if you would like. No problem. But either way, let's vape it.
It's great, no matter what. I mean, it's just smooth, it's effortless, great flavor.
Yeah, I'm not even going hard on this thing. So there you have it, man. The Royal Hunter from Council of Vapor. Thanks again to Council of Vapor for sending this on for review. It doesn't happen often, and when it does, I'm grateful. Great product. I recommend it, especially for the price, and I believe that silver post is silver plated. By the looks of things, it's gotta be. But I don't see it advertised, and I think that would be smart of them to advertise that it is silver plated, because the connectivity in this is amazing. You can definitely tell. You can definitely tell it's different than everything else, right? I mean, tell me that ain't silver. I would like to think I know what silver plated looks like, man. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to email me at tjvapingreviews@aol.com. or simply comment down below. If you're going to Vape Summit, come find me. I will be at I believe it's the Utah section, the Humble Wick and Wire booth. Come see me, man. Come say hi. I'd love to meet some of you guys. Let's end this. Coils. Cut. Yeah. We'll see you guys.